Welcome back. We're on question 2 in borrowing and lending. Have you ever borrowed money from others?
Uh, well, like I'm not a fan of borrowing money because I don't want to get into debt with my friends and then they will ask me about you know um paying paying money for them and like uh I don't want to uh, make make problems with my friends, with my family, and moreover, I'm not a materialistic person, so I don't think, and I haven't borrowed money from others.
Great. Good answer. Good answer. We'll work a little bit on some of the clarity, just so you're saying things, you know, a little bit better. But overall, you're getting your idea across, and that's great. There's an expression in English we say, "Never a borrower nor a lender be." Never a borrower nor a lender be, meaning don't borrow money and don't lend money. And the reason is it does, just like you said in your answer, it can break up friendships or it can make people, you lose faith or lose trust in you if you don't pay it back. Maybe you have financial problems that go on longer than you expected, and you're not able to pay it back in time, and that makes puts a strain on the friendship, right? So, and it can go in the other direction too, where if you lend somebody something and they don't give it back, then you get upset with them and it causes problems with the friendship. So, good answer. I think it was relatively clear. You did well on that one. We're going to take a real
Yeah.
quick break and come back to question number 3. Oh no! First, let's hear. No, let's hear what they have to say.
What?
Who hasn't? It isn't something I enjoy doing, but something that has been necessary at certain points. So she's whoever is answering this starts out by saying, "Who hasn't borrowed money? Everybody has borrowed money
Oh,
at some point or another, right? Sometimes we're talking about very small amounts of money, like you know, you forgot your wallet, and I went out for coffee the other morning and I forgot my money. I just walked out the door, sat down, ordered my coffee, and then a friend ended up coming and sitting with me. And when I went to reach in to go pay, I realized that I hadn't put any money in my pocket. And so I was like, hey, can you lend me 10,000 dong to pay for the coffee? And instead of lending it to me, he just said, I'll just buy the coffee, right? And that is sort of using that term, never a borrower nor a lender be, meaning it's better if it's a small amount of money, sometimes it's just better to give it to somebody so that I'm not worried about getting it back, right? It's a small 10,000 dong for our viewers outside is about 45 cents, which is what a cup of coffee here costs, somewhere between 45 cents and 60 cents, um, depending on the coffee shop. So, it, to him, that's a small amount of money. To me, that's a small amount of money. So he just bought the coffee, and that way I don't owe him 10,000 dong, which becomes an issue, right? Like the next time
I,
he sees me and I forget to give him the 10,000 dong, then he's like, "Oh, David didn't give me the money." That it's better in some cases just to give it. But also sometimes you borrow it and you do give it back because 10,000 dong may not be a lot of money for me, but it could be a lot of money for somebody else. But, and if that were the case, then I would make sure to give them that money back the next time I saw them. So that's why she's saying who hasn't, because almost everybody ends up in some situation where they might need to borrow a little bit of money for something and they pay it back. For example, one time my washing machine and oven broke simultaneously. And that's new vocabulary for you, simultaneously, which means at the same time. Can you see the
Uh,
word?
at
Yeah.
the same time,
Simultaneously.
simultaneously.
Yeah, that means at the same time. So the washing machine and her oven broke on the same day, right? The same day, she went to go do laundry and her washing machine broke, and she went to go cook something in the oven and the oven broke.
Oh,
So I asked my father if he could lend me some money to get a new one. I, of course, paid him back as soon as I could. So it's a good, clear answer that she gives here. It's nice to
yeah,
use an example, right? And for you, your answer was that you never borrowed money. And
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I think, but I saw that when I talked about maybe the little things, maybe you have actually borrowed money before.
yeah. But I mainly borrowed money from my family, so I don't think it is something that I can talk in this topic.
Gotcha. That's so that can be right. A personal, situation you get into where you need to borrow money for something and you work to pay it back. That's fine. And that makes sense. So now we will take a break and we'll go to question number 3 when we get back.